The arrival. The crystalline spires of the Galactic Academy of Sciences pierced the lavender sky of Centauri Prime, their iridescent surfaces reflecting the light of twin suns. Among the throngs of diverse alien species making their way through the grand entrance, one figure stood out, not for its exotic appearance, but for its startling familiarity. Alex Chen, the first human ever admitted to the prestigious institution, took a deep breath of the slightly too sweet air. The gravity felt a touch too light, making each step feel like a potential leap. But it wasn't the physical differences that made Alex's heart race. It was the weight of responsibility on their shoulders. As Alex navigated the holographic corridors, following the pulsing blue line that led to the orientation chamber, the alien students gave them a wide berth. Some stared with undisguised curiosity, others with thinly veiled disdain. Whispers in 100 different languages reached Alex's ears, the universal translators struggling to keep up with the rapid-fire conversations. Is that a Deathworlder? I heard they eat other life forms for sustenance. How did it even pass the entrance exams? Alex had expected this reaction. Humans were newcomers to the galactic stage, and their reputation preceded them. Earth, classified as a death world due to its high gravity, diverse biosphere, and extreme weather patterns, was seen as a crucible that forged either unstoppable warriors or unhinged savages. The truth, as always, was far more complex. The orientation chamber was a vast amphitheater, filled with beings of all shapes and sizes. Some floated in anti-grav bubbles, others sprawled across specially designed lounges, and a few seemed to exist as nothing more than shimmering fields of energy. Alex found an empty seat designed for bipedal species and settled in, trying not to fidget under the collective gaze of the assembly. A holographic figure materialized at the center of the chamber, Dean Tylos, a quatron from the silicon-based life forms of the Andromeda Galaxy. Its crystalline body sparkled as it addressed the new students. Welcome, bright minds of the galaxy, to the Galactic Academy of Sciences. You represent the pinnacle of intellect from 1,000 worlds. Here you will push the boundaries of knowledge and unlock the secrets of the universe. The dean's gaze seemed to linger on Alex for a moment longer than the others. This year, we have a unique addition to our student body. From the newly discovered Deathworld Earth, we welcome Alex Chen. This is an opportunity for all of us to learn and grow together. A murmur rippled through the crowd. Alex felt their face grow hot but maintained a neutral expression. They hadn't come here to be a curiosity. They had come to prove that humanity deserved a place among the stars. The orientation proceeded with a flurry of information about classes, research opportunities, and academy protocols. Alex's mind whirled, trying to absorb it all. As the session concluded, students began to file out, heading to their assigned dormitories. Alex was about to follow when a tentacle tapped their shoulder. They turned to face a Volcrin, a cephalopod-like being with swirling patterns of bioluminescence across its skin. "Greetings, Earth being," the Volcrin burbled, its translator rendering the words in slightly accented English. "I am Zixnar. We share the same living quarters." Alex smiled, relieved to make a potential friend. "Nice to meet you, Zixnar. I'm Alex. Looking forward to being roommates." As they made their way to their quarters, Zixnar's curiosity got the better of them. "Is it true that your world has liquid water falling from the sky, and that your plant life constantly releases oxygen, a highly corrosive gas?" Alex chuckled. "Yeah, we call that rain. And the oxygen thing, that's how we breathe. Our entire ecosystem is based on it." Zixnar's tentacles writhed in what Alex hoped was excitement rather than disgust. "Fascinating. And yet you venture into space, knowing how hostile the rest of the universe is to your biology." "That's kind of our thing," Alex replied with a shrug. "We adapt. We overcome. It's how we survived on Earth, and it's how we'll make our mark out here." They reached their quarters, a spacious room that seemed designed to accommodate a variety of life forms. One side was filled with a large tank of gelatinous fluid, presumably for Zixnar, while the other had a standard bed and workspace for Alex. As Alex began unpacking, a holographic message flickered to life above their desk. It was their class schedule, and right at the top was a subject that made their blood run cold: Advanced Quantum Harmonics and its Applications in Hyperspatial Engineering. Zixnar, noticing Alex's sudden stillness, oozed closer. "Ah, you have Professor Quicksoon. They say his class is the most challenging in the entire academy. Many students transfer out after the first lesson." Alex swallowed hard. This was it, the first real test. The reason they were here. "Well," they said, forcing a confident smile, "I guess I'll just have to study harder than anyone else." Zixnar's skin flashed in patterns that the translator interpreted as laughter. "Study. My dear Earth being, the concepts in that class took my species millennia to grasp. How do you expect to compete with students who have been preparing for this their entire lives?" Alex's smile didn't waver, but a steely glint appeared in their eyes. "You'd be surprised what humans can do when we're underestimated, Zixnar. We have a saying on Earth: necessity is the mother of invention. When our backs are against the wall, that's when we shine the brightest." As the artificial night cycle began, dimming the lights in their quarters, Alex sat at their desk, surrounded by holographic textbooks and swirling equations. The material was beyond anything they had encountered on Earth, pushing the limits of human understanding. But as the twin suns of Centauri Prime set, casting an ethereal glow through the window, Alex felt a familiar fire igniting within them. This was why they had come, to push those limits, to prove that humanity's place wasn't just among the stars, but at the forefront of galactic science. With a deep breath, Alex dove into their studies, unaware that their simple determination to succeed would soon send shockwaves through the hallowed halls of the Galactic Academy, challenging everything the greatest minds in the universe thought they knew about the potential of life from a small blue planet in an unassuming corner of the Milky Way. The first day of classes loomed, and with it, the chance to show the galaxy what a human could really do. The challenge. The lecture hall of Advanced Quantum Harmonics hummed with an air of anticipation. Beings from across the galaxy settled into their seats, appendages poised over data pads, neural interfaces flickering to life. Alex Chen sat near the back, heart pounding, but expression carefully neutral. Professor Quicksoon materialized at the front of the room, their form a shimmering coalescence of quantum particles. "Welcome, aspiring minds." Their voice resonated, seemingly from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Today, we delve into the fabric of reality itself." The professor's gaze swept across the room, pausing briefly on Alex. "I see we have a diverse group this cycle. Excellent. Fresh perspectives often lead to unexpected results." With a gesture, Quicksoon summoned a holographic display that filled the air with swirling equations and multidimensional models. "Your first assignment is to solve the Hyperion paradox. For millennia, this problem has puzzled the greatest minds in the galaxy." A collective gasp rippled through the room. Even Alex, despite their limited knowledge of galactic scientific history, recognized the significance. The Hyperion paradox was notorious. A complex problem involving the interaction of quantum states across multiple dimensions and timelines. "You have until the end of this solar cycle," Quicksoon continued, their form flickering with what might have been amusement. "Those who cannot produce a viable solution will be transferred to more suitable courses." As the professor dissipated, leaving behind the hovering problem set, the room erupted into a frenzy of activity. Tentacles flew across keyboards, antennae twitched in concentration, and psionic projections filled the air with cascading calculations. Alex stared at the problem, mind reeling. The concepts involved were far beyond anything taught on Earth. For a moment, doubt crept in. Had they been too ambitious? Was this the end of their journey at the Academy before it had even truly begun? The lilting voice broke through Alex's spiral of self-doubt. "Well, Well, our little Deathworlder seems out of its depth. Alex looked up to see Zixlith, a Luminoth student whose bioluminescent skin pulsed with smug satisfaction. Perhaps you'd be more comfortable in a class on basic tool use. I hear that's quite advanced for your species. Anger flared in Alex's chest, but they forced it down. Now wasn't the time for confrontation. Thanks for the concern, they replied evenly. But I think I'll manage. Zixlith's skin flashed in patterns of derision. Oh, I'm sure you will. After all, if you can survive on a planet that's constantly trying to kill you, how hard could a little multidimensional quantum physics be? As the Luminoth drifted away, chuckling with its peers, Alex turned back to the problem. The equations swam before their eyes, each symbol seeming to mock their very presence in this hallowed institution. But then, something clicked. Alex narrowed their eyes, focusing on a particular section of the paradox. There was something familiar about the way the quantum states interacted, something that reminded them of Earth weather patterns, Alex muttered, earning curious looks from nearby students. With renewed vigor, Alex began to work. They pulled up references to Earth's chaotic weather systems, particularly the unpredictable nature of tornado formation. To the bewilderment of their classmates, Alex started mapping quantum fluctuations to atmospheric pressure changes, drawing parallels between subatomic interactions and the dance of wind and rain. Hours passed in a blur. Students came and went, some leaving in frustration, others huddling in groups to pool their knowledge. Alex remained fixed in place, lost in a world of calculations and unconventional associations. As the artificial day cycle began to wane, Professor Quixoon reappeared. Time's up, aspiring minds. Let's see what solutions you've managed to conjure. One by one, students presented their attempts. Most were incomplete, grasping at fragments of the solution but falling short of a cohesive answer. Even the most brilliant among them had only managed to solve portions of the paradox. Zixlith stepped forward confidently, its skin glowing with pride. Professor, I believe I've made a breakthrough. It proceeded to explain a complex solution involving 11-dimensional space and tachyon inversions. Quixoon's form rippled, a sign of interest. Impressive, Zixlith. You've approached the Casimir threshold. However, the professor's tone shifted. You've fallen into the Tikali trap. Your solution, while elegant, would result in a cascading quantum collapse if implemented. Zixlith's glow dimmed considerably as it slunk back to its seat. Does anyone else dare to present? Quixoon asked, a note of resignation in their voice. Alex stood, datapad clutched tightly in hand. The room fell silent, all eyes turning to the human who had been scribbling furiously for hours. I think I might have something, Alex said, voice steadier than they felt. Quixoon's particles swirled in what might have been surprise. Very well, Earth student. Show us what you've discovered. Alex approached the holographic display, keying in their calculations. As the room watched in stunned silence, a new model took shape, one that looked less like traditional quantum mechanics and more like. Is that a weather system? Someone whispered. Alex nodded, gaining confidence. Yes, I noticed similarities between the quantum state fluctuations in the paradox and the chaotic systems that govern Earth's weather. By mapping the problem to a model based on tornado formation, I was able to. For the next several minutes, Alex explained their solution, drawing gasps and murmurs from the assembled students. They showed how the unpredictable nature of tornadoes could be used to model the quantum uncertainty at the heart of the paradox, and how the interaction of high and low pressure systems mirrored the flux of energy between dimensions. As Alex concluded, the room was dead silent. Even Zixlith stared open-mouthed, its bioluminescence dimmed to a faint glow. Professor Quixoon was motionless for a long moment, their particles barely shifting. Then, slowly, they began to vibrate, faster and faster, until they were a blur of quantum motion. Incredible. Quixoon's voice resonated, filled with a mix of shock and excitement. In all my cycles of teaching, I have never. You've not only solved the paradox, Alex Chen of Earth, you've provided an entirely new framework for approaching quantum harmonics. The room erupted into chaos. Students clamored for a closer look at Alex's calculations, shouting questions and exclamations in a cacophony of languages. Amidst the uproar, Zixlith approached Alex, its glow pulsing with a mix of emotions. How? It asked simply. How did you see a connection that has eluded our greatest minds for millennia? Alex shrugged, a small smile playing on their lips. On Earth, we learn to expect the unexpected. When you live on a world that can kill you with a stray gust of wind or a shift in the ground beneath your feet, you learn to see patterns in chaos. I guess I just applied that same principle here. As the excitement in the room reached a fever pitch, with students debating the implications of Alex's solution and Professor Quixoon already discussing potential applications, Alex felt a weight lift from their shoulders. They had done it. They had proven, beyond any doubt, that humanity belonged among the stars. But as Alex looked out at the sea of alien faces, now filled with wonder and curiosity rather than skepticism, they realized that this was just the beginning. The real challenge lay ahead, not just in mastering the advanced sciences of the galaxy, but in bridging the gap between Earth and the cosmic community. With a deep breath, Alex squared their shoulders. Whatever came next, they were ready. After all, if a human could solve the Hyperion paradox with nothing more than a grasp of Earth's weather patterns and a willingness to think outside the box, what couldn't they achieve? The galaxy, it seemed, was about to find out. The solution. The days following Alex's groundbreaking solution to the Hyperion paradox were a whirlwind of activity. News of the humans' achievements spread through the Galactic Academy like wildfire, sparking heated debates and upending long-held beliefs about the capabilities of lesser species. Alex found themselves at the center of a storm of attention. Alien students who had previously avoided them now sought them out, peppering them with questions about Earth and human thought processes. Professors from various departments requested interviews, eager to understand how a being from a death world had managed such an intellectual feat. But not everyone was thrilled with this turn of events. A vocal minority, led by the still smarting Zixlith, began to question the validity of Alex's solution. "It's preposterous," Zixlith declared during a particularly heated debate in the Academy's central atrium. Its bioluminescence flashed in agitated patterns as it addressed a growing crowd. Are we to believe that a species that only recently discovered faster-than-light travel has somehow stumbled upon insights that eluded the greatest minds of the galaxy for millennia? Murmurs of agreement rippled through some sections of the audience. Alex, standing at the fringes of the gathering, felt a familiar tension building in their chest. They had expected resistance, but the vehemence of the opposition was unsettling. Before Alex could decide whether to intervene, a new voice cut through the commotion. "Perhaps, Zixlith, that is precisely why the humans succeeded where others failed." The crowd parted to reveal Professor Quixoon, their quantum form shimmering with an intensity that suggested strong emotion. The venerated instructor glided to the center of the atrium, commanding immediate silence. "For too long, we have approached the great scientific questions of our age from the same perspectives, bound by the collective knowledge and biases of our advanced civilizations," Quixoon continued. Alex Chen brought a fresh viewpoint, unencumbered by our preconceptions. Is that not the very essence of scientific progress? Zixlith's glow dimmed slightly, but it pressed on. "With all due respect, Professor, how can we be certain this solution is even valid? Has it been peer-reviewed by experts in quantum harmonics?" A ripple of agreement passed through the crowd. Even some of those who had been supportive of Alex began to look uncertain. Alex felt a surge of frustration. They stepped forward, drawing all eyes to them. "You want proof," they said, voice steady despite the nervous flutter in their stomach. "Then let's put it to the test." The atrium fell silent, all attention focused on the lone human. Professor Quixoon's particles swirled in what might have been approval. "What do you propose?" Alex Chen of Earth. Alex took a deep breath. The Hyperion paradox isn't just a theoretical problem. It has practical applications, right? In hyperspace navigation, in quantum computing, in a lot of fields I'm probably not even aware of yet. Nods of agreement rippled through the crowd. Alex continued, gaining confidence. So let's apply my solution to a real-world problem. Something big, something that stumped your scientists. If it works, that should be proof enough. The atrium erupted in a cacophony of voices, some excited, others skeptical. Professor Quicksoon raised an appendage, quieting the crowd. An excellent suggestion. In fact, I believe I have the perfect challenge in mind. The professor's form shimmered, and a holographic display materialized in the center of the atrium. It showed a massive space station, its structure a complex web of interconnected modules and energy conduits. This is the Nexus, Quicksoon explained, a hub for faster-than-light travel that connects a dozen galaxies. For the past cycle, it has been plagued by quantum fluctuations that disrupt its operations, stranding millions of travelers and causing economic havoc across multiple sectors. Alex stared at the hologram, mind racing. The Nexus was unlike anything they had ever seen, a marvel of engineering on a scale that made Earth's greatest achievements seem like child's play. Our best minds have been unable to stabilize the Nexus. Quicksoon continued. The quantum fluctuations defy all known models. If your solution to the Hyperion paradox is indeed valid, Alex Chen, perhaps it could be applied here. The challenge hung in the air, a gauntlet thrown down before the entire Academy. Alex felt the weight of countless alien gazes upon them, a mix of hope, skepticism, and curiosity. For a moment, doubt crept in. This was far beyond anything they had prepared for. The fate of millions, the economics of entire galaxies, hung in the balance. What if they failed? What if their solution to the Hyperion paradox had been a fluke, a lucky guess? But then Alex remembered why they had come to the Galactic Academy in the first place. To prove that humanity belonged among the stars. To show that the determination and creativity forged on their Deathworld could contribute to the greater galactic community. "I'll do it," Alex said, voice ringing out clear and confident. The next few days were a blur of feverish work. Alex was given access to all the data on the Nexus's quantum fluctuations, as well as a team of the Academy's brightest students and professors to assist them. They worked tirelessly, applying the principles of their Hyperion paradox solution to the vastly more complex problem of the Nexus. Alex drew upon everything they knew about Earth's chaotic systems, not just weather patterns, but tectonic movements, ocean currents, even the intricate dance of predator and prey in ecosystems. To the amazement of their alien colleagues, Alex began to see patterns in the quantum fluctuations that had eluded others. They mapped the energy flows of the Nexus to models based on Earth's jet streams, treating the quantum foam like air currents on a planetary scale. "It's not about controlling the fluctuations," Alex explained to their rapt audience as they fine-tuned their calculations. "It's about working with them, like sailing a ship through a storm. You don't fight the waves. You use them to your advantage." As their solution took shape, excitement built throughout the Academy. Even Zixlith, still skeptical, couldn't help but be drawn into the energy of discovery. Finally, after days of non-stop work, it was time to put their theory to the test. The entire Academy gathered in the grand auditorium, linked via holographic feed to the control center of the Nexus itself. Alex stood before the assembled crowd, their solution displayed in intricate holographic models behind them. They explained their approach, drawing gasps of realization and murmurs of appreciation from the audience. In essence, Alex concluded, "We're not trying to stop the quantum fluctuations. We're creating a dynamic system that flows with them, using their energy to stabilize the Nexus rather than fighting against it." There was a moment of hushed silence as the implications sank in. Then, from the back of the auditorium, a voice called out, "But will it work?" Alex met the gaze of Zixlith, seeing a mixture of challenge and grudging respect in its bioluminescent patterns. "There's only one way to find out," Alex replied. With a nod from Professor Quicksoon, Alex initiated the sequence. The auditorium held its collective breath as the new algorithms were uploaded to the Nexus's systems. For a heart-stopping moment, nothing seemed to happen. The holographic representation of the Nexus continued to pulse with erratic energy patterns. Alex felt a cold sweat break out on their forehead. Had they miscalculated? Had their theory failed when applied to a real-world problem? Then, slowly at first, but with gathering momentum, the energy patterns began to shift. The chaotic fluctuations didn't disappear, but they began to flow in new patterns, swirling and eddying like currents in a vast ocean. A cheer went up from the control center of the Nexus, energy stability increasing. A technician reported, voice thick with disbelief. "Quantum fluctuations they're synchronizing with the new algorithms." The auditorium erupted in applause. Students and professors alike leaped to their feet, their varied appendages creating a thunderous ovation. Alex stood in shock, barely able to comprehend the magnitude of what had just occurred. Professor Quicksoon glided to Alex's side, their quantum form vibrating with excitement. "Alex Chen of Earth," they intoned, voice carrying over the celebrating crowd, "you have not only solved a problem that has plagued us for cycles, but you have opened up entirely new avenues of scientific inquiry. The implications of your work will ripple across the galaxy for generations to come." As the reality of their achievements sank in, Alex felt a swell of pride, not just for themselves, but for all of humanity. They had proven, beyond any doubt, that the unique perspectives forged on their Deathworld had value on a cosmic scale. Zixlith approached, its bioluminescence pulsing in complex patterns. "I may have been hasty in my judgment," it said, each word seeming to cost it great effort. "Your solution is unprecedented. Perhaps there is more to learn from Earth than I had imagined." Alex smiled, extending a hand in the human gesture of reconciliation. After a moment's hesitation, Zixlith extended a glowing appendage, completing the alien equivalent of a handshake. As celebrations continued around them, Alex gazed out at the holographic image of the now stable Nexus. They had come to the Galactic Academy to prove that humanity belonged among the stars. But in solving this grand challenge, they had done far more than that. They had shown that humanity didn't just belong in the galactic community. They had the potential to lead it into a new era of discovery and innovation. The journey was just beginning, and the stars themselves seemed to shine a little brighter with the promise of what was to come. The aftermath. In the cycles following the stabilization of the Nexus, the Galactic Academy of Sciences found itself at the center of a cosmic whirlwind. News of Alex Chen's breakthroughs spread across the known universe at faster-than-light speeds, sparking a frenzy of interest in both the solution itself and the Deathworld that had produced such an innovative mind. Alex, still reeling from the magnitude of their achievement, suddenly found themselves thrust into the spotlight of galactic academia. Invitations to speak at prestigious institutions flooded in, along with requests for interviews from xenoanthropologists eager to understand the human thought process. "I don't understand," Alex confided to Zixnar, their Volcrin roommate, as they stared at the holographic display filled with messages from across the galaxy. "I just applied what I knew about Earth's weather systems. It's not like I invented a new form of physics." Zixnar's tentacles rippled in amusement. "But that's precisely the point, Alex. You saw connections where none of us could. You applied the chaos of your Deathworld to the order of the cosmos. It's revolutionary." The Academy itself was undergoing a transformation. Professor Quicksoon, riding the wave of excitement generated by Alex's success, proposed a new department dedicated to xenoperspective sciences, the study of how different species' evolutionary backgrounds could lead to unique insights in various scientific fields. For too long, we have assumed that advanced technological achievement was the sole measure of a species' potential contributions to galactic science, Quix-Un announced to a packed auditorium. The success of Alex Chen has shown us the folly of such narrow thinking. Who knows what insights other primitive species might offer, if only we open our minds to new perspectives. Not everyone was thrilled with this new direction. A coalition of traditionalists, led by some of the more conservative faculty members, argued that embracing Deathworld science was a dangerous step backwards. We cannot abandon millennia of rigorous methodologies in favor of intuitive leaps and primitive analogies, argued Professor Vexcor, a venerable Sin Satori scientist known for his staunch adherence to classical galactic scientific principles. The debate raged throughout the academy, with impassioned arguments on both sides. Alex, caught in the middle of the intellectual storm, struggled to maintain their focus on their studies, while also serving as a de facto ambassador for human scientific potential. It was during one particularly heated debate in the Academy's Grand Forum that an unexpected voice cut through the chaos. "Have we become so set in our ways," boomed a resonant voice, silencing the assembly, "that we fear new ideas simply because they challenge our preconceptions?" All eyes turned to see Arch-Canciller Exlith, the head of the Galactic Science Council, and one of the most respected minds in the known universe. The ancient being, a member of the long-lived Etherae species, glided into the center of the forum, its crystalline form refracting the light in mesmerizing patterns. "I have reviewed Alex Chen's work extensively," Exlith continued, its voice carrying the weight of eons of knowledge. "While unorthodox, its brilliance cannot be denied. It serves as a humbling reminder that the universe is vast, and wisdom can come from the most unexpected sources." The Arch-Canciller's endorsements sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Almost overnight, the tide of opinion shifted. What had been seen as a controversial fluke was now hailed as the dawn of a new era in galactic scientific collaboration. For Alex, this brought both opportunities and challenges. As the de facto representative of human scientific potential, they felt the weight of an entire species' future resting on their shoulders. "I'm just one person," Alex protested during a private meeting with Professor Quix-Un and Arch-Canciller Exlith. "I can't speak for all of humanity. We're a diverse species with countless perspectives and ideas." Exlith's crystalline form shimmered in what Alex had come to recognize as a sign of approval. "Precisely, young one. And that is why we must expand our horizons. Your success has opened a door, but it is up to us to step through it." The Arch-Canciller outlined a bold new initiative, a galactic exchange program that would bring scientists from younger spacefaring species, including humans, to study and work alongside the most brilliant minds in the universe. "And in turn," Exlith added, fixing Alex with a gaze that seemed to penetrate to their very soul, "we shall send our own researchers to these worlds, to learn and grow in environments that challenge our fundamental assumptions about life and the cosmos." As news of the initiative spread, Alex found themselves at the center of a new whirlwind of activity. They were tasked with helping to develop the curriculum for the first wave of human scientists who would join the galactic community, while also continuing their own studies at an accelerated pace. The pressure was immense, but Alex found strength in unexpected places. Zixlith, once their most vocal critic, became a staunch ally, helping to bridge the gap between human intuitive leaps and more traditional galactic scientific methods. "I still think your species is borderline insane for evolving on such a hostile world," Zixlith remarked one day as they collaborated on a particularly challenging quantum mechanics problem. "But I cannot deny the value of your unique perspective." As the first cycle of their studies at the Academy drew to a close, Alex stood at the precipice of a new chapter in galactic history. The exchange program was set to begin, with the first group of human scientists due to arrive at the Galactic Academy within the next solar rotation. Looking out at the shimmering expanse of stars visible from the Academy's observation deck, Alex felt a mix of pride, excitement, and trepidation. They had come to prove that humanity belonged among the stars, and in doing so, had catalyzed a shift in the very foundations of galactic scientific thought. But as Arch-Conciliar Exilith had reminded them, this was just the beginning. The true test lay ahead. Could humanity as a whole live up to the potential Alex had demonstrated? And how would exposure to Deathworld perspectives change the course of galactic science in the cycles to come? As the twin suns of Centauri Prime dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of lavender and gold, Alex took a deep breath. Whatever challenges lay ahead, they were ready to face them. After all, if a single human could shake the foundations of galactic science, what might an entire species achieve when given the chance to shine? The stars seemed to twinkle in response, holding the promise of a future where the boundaries between species faded and the pursuit of knowledge united all sentient beings in a grand cosmic dance of discovery. The revelation. The grand auditorium of the Galactic Academy of Sciences buzzed with an energy unlike anything in its long and storied history. Representatives from 100 worlds filled the tiered seats, their diverse forms a testament to the vastness of life in the universe. At the center of it all stood Alex Chen, no longer the wide-eyed newcomer, but a confident figure on the cusp of graduation. 5 cycles had passed since that fateful day when a simple Earth weather analogy had revolutionized galactic quantum mechanics. In that time, the exchange program championed by Arch-Conciliar Exilith had flourished beyond anyone's wildest expectations. Alex took a deep breath, surveying the assembled crowd. Amongst the sea of alien faces, they spotted a group that made their hearts swell with pride. The first cohort of human exchange students, their eyes shining with the same mix of wonder and determination that Alex had felt upon first arriving. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, fellow seekers of knowledge, Alex began, their voice carrying clearly through the auditorium. We stand at a crossroads in galactic history. 5 cycles ago, I came to this hallowed institution to prove that humanity belonged among the stars. Today, I stand before you not to reaffirm that simple truth, but to propose something far more profound. A hush fell over the audience as Alex continued. The success of the exchange program has shown us that the true strength of galactic science lies not in the accumulated knowledge of any one species, but in the diversity of perspectives we bring to bear on the mysteries of the cosmos. Holographic displays sprang to life around the auditorium, showcasing the achievements of the past 5 cycles. Images flickered past, human botanists revolutionizing xenoagriculture with insights gleaned from Earth's rainforests. Volcrin fluid dynamics experts optimizing starship designs based on their cephalopod ancestry. Even Zixlith, applying bioluminescent communication principles to enhance faster-than-light signaling. Each of these breakthroughs, Alex explained, gesturing to the displays, came not from raw intelligence or advanced technology alone, but from the unique evolutionary experiences of diverse species. We've learned that the challenges that shaped us on our homeworlds, be they gentle gardens or harsh deathworlds, have imbued us with invaluable perspectives. As Alex spoke, they could see the impact of their words rippling through the audience. Eyes widened in realization, tentacles quivered with excitement, and bioluminescent patterns pulsed with newfound understanding. But this is just the beginning. Alex continued, their voice rising with passion. As we push further into the unknown, we will face challenges that no single species can overcome alone. The true power of galactic science lies in our ability to combine our unique strengths to see the universe through a million different eyes. Alex paused, allowing the weight of their words to sink in. Then, with a gesture, they brought up a new holographic display, a map of the known universe, with vast swaths marked in pulsing red. These are the areas that remain mysteries to us, Alex explained. Dark matter fluctuations we can't predict, hyperspatial anomalies we can't navigate, cosmic phenomena that defy our current understanding of physics. But look closer. The display zoomed in on one of the red areas, revealing a complex web of overlapping theories and models, each contributed by a different species. "Every perspective brings us closer to the truth," Alex said softly. "The Sin Satori's mastery of quantum entanglement, the Atheres eons of observational data, humanity's knack for finding order in chaos. Alone, each falls short, but together." As if on cue, the holographic models began to shift and merge, forming a new cohesive theory that caused gasps of awe to ripple through the auditorium. "Together," Alex's voice swelled with emotion, "we can unlock the deepest secrets of the cosmos. This is the true revelation of our exchange program, not that any one species holds the key to the universe, but that all of us, working in harmony, can open doors we never even knew existed." The auditorium erupted in applause, appendages of all shapes and sizes creating a thunderous ovation. As the cheering subsided, Arch-Canciller Exolith glided to the center stage, its crystalline form shimmering with approval. "Alex Chen of Earth," the ancient being intoned, "when you first arrived at our academy, many doubted the wisdom of admitting a being from an unproven Deathworld species. Today, you have not only justified that decision, but have shown us a path to a brighter future for all sentient beings." Exolith turned to address the assembled crowd. "In light of the remarkable successes of the exchange program and the visionary proposal we have just heard, the Galactic Science Council has reached a unanimous decision." A ripple of anticipation passed through the audience. "We hereby announce the formation of the Convergence Initiative," Exolith declared. "A new multi-species task force dedicated to tackling the greatest scientific challenges of our age through collaborative, cross-species research teams." The auditorium once again erupted in cheers and exclamations of excitement. As the details of the initiative were outlined, research outposts in unexplored sectors, cutting-edge laboratories designed to accommodate diverse species, and an unprecedented sharing of scientific knowledge across the galaxy. Alex felt a sense of awe at what they had helped set in motion. As the ceremony concluded and beings from across the cosmos mingled, sharing ideas and forming new connections, Alex found themselves approached by a familiar face, or rather, a familiar bioluminescent pattern. "Well, Deathworlder," Zixlith pulsed, its glow a complex mix of emotions. "It seems you've managed to turn the entire galactic scientific community on its head." Again. Alex laughed, the sound carrying a warmth born of shared experiences and hard-won mutual respect. "We did it together, Zixlith. All of us." As they stood there, surrounded by the buzzing excitement of a new era in galactic cooperation, Alex's gaze drifted to the grand window overlooking the cosmos. The stars seemed to shine brighter than ever, each one a promise of new discoveries waiting to be made. In that moment, Alex realized that their journey had come full circle. They had arrived at the Galactic Academy to prove that humanity belonged among the stars. Now, they were leaving with the knowledge that the stars belonged to all sentient beings, a vast cosmic tapestry woven from the threads of countless worlds and species. As the twin suns of Centauri Prime set on this momentous day, casting the sky in a riot of colors no single world could produce, Alex Chen, human, Deathworlder, and now, architect of a new age of galactic science, smiled. The greatest adventure was just beginning, and the entire universe lay open before them, filled with wonders waiting to be explored by minds as diverse as life itself. The revelation was clear. In the grand cosmic dance of discovery, every step, every perspective, every world had its part to play. And together, united in their quest for knowledge, there was no challenge too great, no mystery too deep for the combined brilliance of a truly galactic civilization.